Hi guys, so welcome to Food Diary Friday again. So today what we're going to be talking about is calories and generally what are calories, and just so you've got a little bit of a better understanding of your diet really. Okay, so a calorie is just a unit of energy. All calories are really created equal. Okay, so there is a single calorie will have different effects on your body, but generally if you just want to get lean, calorie is a calorie to a certain degree. It just makes sense to eat better quality calories. One, for hunger levels, two, for body composition, so your body shape's better, and three, because you feel better, and then improved health, which is probably why most of us are doing this. So I would suggest that opting for cleaner calories. So what I mean by that is, if you say you have 200 calories worth of chicken, 200 calories worth of chocolate, technically them going into your body will have a different effects, but if calories are created equal over the 7 days, it doesn't really matter, okay, or over the 24 hours if we're talking daily. But it makes sense, I would say, to have chicken more consistently, because one, you're going to be full on chicken, and two, you're going to have a better body shape, and it's going to make your transformation a lot easier. Okay, and we're all about making life a little bit easier. Now the intakes, we can work your calories out more specifically, but I just wanted to give you a ballpark figure. Generally, you try to times your body weight by about 10 or 12, and that's just a good place to start. But I would like to point out that anything on MyFitnessPal is a starting place. Any calories that are worked out for you, whether it's us, any sort of calculator, is a starting place, and you go from there. Okay, and that is basically it. You adjust it along the way. Now, people think like small amounts of calories don't make big differences, but when you ever track calories and you've dieted and you're trying to change your body shape, a 200 calorie difference in it, as in deficit or going a bit more, will have a huge effect on your body, generally speaking, from the majority of people watching this video. But so everything is an educated guess, and it's just something that needs to be coached and worked towards, depending on how you feel, depending on how you're looking, depending on the progress, according to you obviously being honest with yourself and with us as well. It's all about the coaching, and therefore, so a calorie starting point is just a calorie start point. A little bit about flexible calories and if it fits your macros. I don't know if you've heard of it. We are more of an advocate of tracking the whole daily calories that you consume and tracking the amount of protein intake that you have. The protein intake is going to hold on to our muscle mass, it's going to improve our body shape and performance in the gym, which improves our body shape, and the overall calories is making sure that we're going to lose enough fat, enough body fat. So generally having dietary fats and carbohydrates just filling in their numbers. You can be more specific when you really focus on how many grams of carbs, how many grams of fats, and how many grams of protein, and that's something that's called if it fits your macros. So you follow that diet approach, but I generally find that's a lot harder for people to maintain, and a lot harder for people to sort of track and things like that. So I generally think just watching the calories that you're consuming over the full 7 days and the protein intake, you'll be absolutely fine. Okay, it just makes sense, like I've said, to eat healthier food. It just makes sense to me, and a lot of us aren't honest with the calories that we track. So if you're the type of person, and I'm sure this has happened because I've done it millions of times before, is you'll track ketchup, say for example, or maybe let's say you'll track ketchup, or you'll put it in MyFitnessPal, and you'll say 2 teaspoons, and you'll put that on, and then you might get half through your dinner and you put more on. Guess what happens? You still need to track every single little thing. Now, honesty is 100% key when you're tracking calories, and 50 calories, 100 calories, 150 calories makes a huge difference, because I'll give you an example of people wanting to put on muscle, people bulking up. Now, a difference between a lad bulking up and a lad wanting to lose body fat, I would say it's about 200 calories, which is about a chicken breast and a bit, maybe a little bit more. So there's not a lot of difference in it. So really, attention to detail when it comes to tracking calories is absolutely key. You need to understand exactly how many you're consuming, and being honest massively with yourself. And the last point I want to sort of end on is that when we have a binge on calories, we sort of think that we don't. Say you have a Sunday where you think, fuck it, and you could probably consume 6,000 calories. Now, you might seem that as a lot, but I don't care. But every single person watching this video has eaten on one day more times than not. When they've had a binge, probably 6,000 to 8,000 calories. I guarantee you've done that without even realising. Okay? And guess what? All them calories will store. You don't get away with it. Okay? You will store them all as body fat, or you'll use them in certain ways, but then your body will store them all, and it'll remember them all, and it'll remember them the next day, and it'll remember them the day after. A great point that I sort of always go back to is that most people who have bad weekends, like really bad weekends, could go probably till the end of Monday, maybe start of Tuesday without eating. Okay, but what we tend to do is we tend to have this binge on a Sunday and we forget about it, and then Monday we like, I've only eaten chicken today and I've still not lost any weight, or I feel like crap. Like, it's because it's the calories that we consume consistently, trust me, that we need to be aware of. And that is really the number one thing you need to be worrying about and thinking about, is the amount of calories that you're actually consuming, and being 100% honest with yourself.